Hello and welcome to this, the second of my Ask Me Almost Anything videos. As ever, you can send your questions to me via Twitter at John Peter Munro. You can send them to me by email, john@johnmunro.org.uk, or on the social networking site Street Life. So let's start with the first question. And today's first question comes from Mr. S, who asks, are you local? Weston-super-Mare is my hometown. It's where I grew up, it's where I went to school, it's where my family still live and work. I bought my first home in the centre of town and it's a property I still own. I'm currently living on Drove Road, right in the middle of the town. And that's why I want to be our next MP. I care passionately about Weston-super-Mare and the surrounding villages, and I want to see it do well and the people here succeed. And our second question today comes from Mrs. B from Congsbury, and she asks what my views are on fracking. I want the UK to be as self-reliant as it can be in the energy that it uses. I also want to see us investing heavily in things like solar power, wind power and tidal. However, we do know that it will take some time before the majority of the energy we generate comes from renewable sources. That means we need to bridge that gap, and that's why shale gas, which is derived from fracking, is so exciting, because it is the cleanest form of fossil fuel. Now, I know there are some concerns about some of the safety issues for both people and the environment around the fracking process, and that's why the Department for Energy and Climate Change, run by the Liberal Democrats in the last government, has put in place some strict rules to make sure the process is as safe as it can be. And our last question comes from Mr. and Mrs. V, who ask, will you campaign to protect the NHS? The NHS is very important to me. It's always served me and my family well, and I know that many local people rely heavily on its services. And that's why the Liberal Democrats have committed the £8 billion a year by the end of the Parliament that its chief executive says it needs to continue delivering world-class services. Importantly though, we're the only political party who've said how we will pay for it. We will close capital gains tax loopholes and make sure that the richest in our society contribute that little bit more to make sure our NHS remains a world-class service. And that's all the questions we had this week. It was a light week. I suspect many of you have been out enjoying the great weather we've been having here in Weston. If you do have any questions for me, do send them in throughout the week and I'll record another of these videos on Sunday. You can send your questions to me via Twitter at John Peter Munro, by email john@johnmunro.org.uk, or on the social networking site Street Life. Thanks very much, have a great week, and I'll see you on Sunday.